Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Just Doing What We Do. Join me, Michael, and my guy,
Anthony, as we catch up with each other on our lives and talk about the things we've been listening to, watching, or playing.
If you want to catch up with us, give us ideas, or just chill with us, like this video, subscribe, please,
And be sure to leave a comment or join us in the chat. And with that, what are you drinking today?
I have got water in my big old tumbler. And then,
Healthy choice.
It's not just water. It's got some lemonade Mio in it, but water. And then some Code Red. And earlier today, and I finished drinking a C4 after my nap. So that's what I have. That is my
Nice.
beverages of choice.
I got fancy because I was near a Circle K
Oh.
earlier this week, so I got that. I don't know if you can see it.
There you go.
Purple Thunder.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Very
Purple
nice.
Thunder.
Purple. So what's it supposed to be?
A plum.
A plum?
Berry plum. It is. It's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but it's a nice change from the usual.
Yeah, that's good. I'm a little jelly. I considered going to the Come and Go because I refuse to call it Maverick. Although it's still coming.
Right.
It's still Come and Go at the one near my place, but it's not yet Maverick. But it will be a Maverick at some point. Nonetheless, I considered going there to get the honeydew.
Thing. Yeah.
But,
Are they keeping the come and go rewards, or are they getting rid of that?
I have no idea. I haven't actually been there. Okay. I have stopped by other Come and Go / Maverick around town occasionally. But by and large, anytime I'm getting gas, I'm at Sam's Club. And when I'm doing convenience shopping, I'm at Quick Star.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so yeah. What about you? What are you drinking, sir?
I just answered that.
Did you? Oh, right, Purple Thunder.
It's okay. I'm there, and I'll explain why in my life updates. I just got back from a thing.
Yeah, I have no reason other than it's just been a quiet weekend and I have just been able to rest, like catch up on rest and catch up just on I don't know, video game playing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, my brain's not, it's probably not acting as well as it should, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. 'Tis what it is. What's been on your phone this week?
I have been listening to a lot of Kiefer Green still. He's got a lot of remixes that have been that they blend lo-fi and chill with hip hop and some trap it's a weird juxtaposition, but he's got tracks that are just very kind of high octane energy, and then there's stuff you're just kind of chill and enjoying the lo-fi vibes, and then there's ones where it's a lo-fi kind of hip hop track, and you're like, all right, cool. So I've been enjoying a lot of that.
Nice.
I've been listening to the Knox again, just because they're kind of a fun electronic duo they just kind of make some fun electronic music, and I found out they have some of their live sets on YouTube.
Nice.
So I've been doing that, and then I've been listening to some Zelda remixes.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I've been I found, I don't know, it happened when I was just I was at work, and I was I just wasn't feeling the normal stuff. I was I want something a little bit different, and I had recently messed with my algorithm because I had found a I had found a channel that did like AI regenerations of music. So it
Hmm.
like so it did so for example, it did they did a bunch of Slipknot songs as if it was reggae.
Interesting. Okay.
So I was like, and it honestly, it worked, and it threw off my coworker, who she's this big Slipknot fan, and she was listening, and she was like, kind of enjoying this, and then she went, "Wait, is
Wait a
this
minute.
Slipknot?" And I was like, "It's Slipknot if
They were
if
reggae.
exactly." And it was pretty it was pretty great. It was pretty great.
That's you might have to I might have to check that out.
Yeah,
You might
we'll
have to send
share
that
it
to me.
afterwards. Which, oh yeah, we forgot to talk about the pre-show what we want to play afterwards, but that's okay.
We'll figure that
We'll
out.
figure that out easy peasy. Um, and then pro wrestling. Yeah, yesterday was Wrestle Dream, so I watched. It was the same kind of deal. I had Wrestle Dream on one monitor, and I had Battlefield 6 on my other monitor. So
Nice.
that was that, and then Twitch. I reinstalled Twitch on my phone just because I realized that, oh yeah, I should probably have that on my phone just because it makes things easier to track your stats on your phone, right? So like I
Oh
can
yeah.
look at the post stream stats, and then I can also export things, or I can what I specifically did is I took the um I downloaded the horizontal video of one of my Twitch clips, and then I um, put that on like my own stuff, like on my personal Facebook. Because technically, since I'm a digital creator on Facebook and I have a professional account linked to it that does well, they give me the opportunity to post my own stuff and potentially get monetization off of it. So
Nice.
I'd be silly not to like do that a little bit. So
Yeah.
um and yeah, it's not. It's kind of impacting my YouTube watching, but not a whole lot. It's just more or less making me go, oh, instead of watching this VOD, maybe there's something from this person I'd rather watch instead.
Yeah.
So that's
That's fair.
that's been my long-winded answer of what I've been watching. How about you?
Um let's see. As far as watching, I haven't done a lot of watching. Haven't had a lot of time for it. So I'm actually behind on Critical Role.
Sad.
Um yeah. Uh but I've done a lot of traveling in the last week. So been burning through an audiobook. Um actually I think I finished one and started another. Yeah.
Is it
Um
still the same series from before the
yeah.
Dresden Files or whatever?
Yeah, Dresden Files. So I think I'm on book 6 now. Something like that. Yeah, book 6.
Out of how many books? I think you said like 8, maybe.
No, I think he's up to more than 13.
Oh, that's a little bit more. My bad.
Yeah, he's got quite a few out now. Um, and then I was on a old school punk rock kick as far as music was going. Um, Green Day was and
Ah,
then a little bit of what is behind me because I got that all set up again.
I see that. Yes. I actually have
So
it out. Did you just move your head on purpose, or did I did I like accidentally place that perfectly?
a little
Y-
column A, little column B.
you'll have to check the video of it to see, because I I swear I think you moved your head slightly, so it just works perfectly. But like I do have the Killers album just right next to your head,
Yeah,
and it's
it is
you're not
placed
perfectly
perfectly.
centered, but your head isn't centered. But you know, I'll forgive it
Yeah,
in this case.
I can move back to center now. But yeah, it's so got all that. You can't really see it in the video, but there's
Well, they can
speakers
because I
and
can. I can switch between here. I Do you want me to throw you off for a second? Do you want to see what they see sometimes?
I mean, I've got it pulled up now, so
Oh, well,
because I'm cheating, because I can do that.
you are cheating, but now I'm just gonna mess with your head.
But yeah, look at that. I got. Oh wow, there's a delay.
There's a little bit
Should
of a
look at
delay.
should look at my actual feed. Not there's two speakers. I'm just gonna get out of the way. Turntable. Tube amplifier. There's a equalizer down there, and then yeah, a couple of decorations. That suitcase there is an old Victrola record player,
Oh,
like
that's cool.
crank wind up. Um, and then behind the album, there's a recent find of mine at a garage sale. It's from the 60s, an old school instrument tuner.
Hmm.
Um, I'll show it on, probably not this week, but one of these days I'll show it.
Okay.
But yeah, got that all set up, and then a lamp made out of driftwood.
I like that lamp actually. It's very classy.
It is handmade by my grandfather out of
Wow.
actual driftwood. There's a companion to it that's a little less. It's a little smaller, but that one is currently in the living room.
Fair enough. That's very cool.
So
Your vision, your can't. It should be slightly less trippy for you now.
yeah. Ugh. So yeah, that is. I got all that. I got all that set up last weekend.
Last weekend?
Yeah,
Nice.
maybe I don't remember. Sometime, yeah,
At
or
some
maybe
point.
it was or last week. One of the two, somewhere in there. Because I've been. Yeah, no, we can talk about that later. But yeah, so
That's
yeah,
a tease, folks.
watching Twitch still, listening to audiobooks, listening to old school punk rock that I grew up on, and that's yeah.
Nice. Let's see here. Let me look at time. Yeah. So have you been playing much during all of this?
Been playing Phasmophobia a lot. They're doing an event right now, so I've been grinding away on that as much as I can.
What's the event?
It's their Halloween event.
Of course, they would have a Halloween event, but yeah.
Yeah. It's related to the blood moons. So there's a weather event where you have the blood moon and it makes everything harder. And they've got like different rewards. There's you get a trophy, an ID badge.
Is it the Crimson Eye event?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, give me 1 second. Efforting.
Efforting.
Where I'm about to introduce everyone a brand new scene that they haven't seen. Ready, guys? Ready?
Ooh, fancy.
Beep. In fact, because I'm so proud of it, I'm going to share it to you briefly.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
It looks
work
good, right? Yeah,
I need to
yeah.
work on knowing where my center is.
Well, your centers will probably change from week to week, let's be honest. Like sometimes I'm just and because of how
Fair.
I'm capturing your camera too, like
Oh, fair.
But anyway, so this is
Fancy.
the Crimson Eye event guide. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, for people who like Phasmophobia, it's ghost hunting is what it is.
Yeah.
Uh,
I've
you've
seen
played it, right?
well, I own it because I watched like Markiplier play it with like
Mm-hmm.
Jacksepticeye and some of them. So for like what this is once again a testament that Let's Playing as a marketing strategy works because I bought this game because of that and because of that only, and I have yet to open it up.
Fair.
Um,
Yeah, I've
so
definitely gotten more into it as of late.
so
It's fun.
if you're willing to teach me, that is something that we could always do after this because you have it installed clearly. I have it installed. Just be gentle with me, please. That's my first time,
It will
but
be very interesting because I've got so throughout the game you have different equipment that you can use,
yep,
and there's tiers to each of those equipments, and you have to pay, you earn money by doing jobs, and then you can upgrade and buy equipment. And you can do another thing when you hit level 100 called prestiging, and basically what that does is you so you start in prestige 1. When you move into prestige 2, you go back down to level 1 and you lose
yep.
everything and you start over.
I'm aware of prestiging. It's a
And I
pretty common thing. Like as
yeah,
someone who used to play a lot of Call of Duty, we'll get into that later. Um, I am
Call of Duty.
I'm very aware of the
The concept.
yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm in the 20s now.
Nice.
But
So yeah,
I
so
can
this is a Crimson Eye Halloween event. Cool. But yeah, that
so
would
yeah,
be gentle with
go
me,
ahead.
but we can do that afterwards.
Yeah, we could give it a try.
Um, how to earn piece blood moon points by completing specific actions. Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. So
Totem moon altars are special glowing red objects scattered around active event maps. They emit a faint hum and pulsate with crimson light, making them easier to spot in darker areas. Interacting or photographing them grants PDS marks them as collected. After a totem disappears and cannot be reused. Huh.
it's basically just a object to find on the blood moon maps.
Huh. Well, that's cool.
And there's as you have your personal goals, and you get a special badge, and you can upgrade the trophy, and then the community goals, which was unlocking the trophy and
Yeah.
all that.
Nice.
So yeah, I think they do this one, this Halloween one, uh, and they might. I don't know if they'll redo the same one, but they had an Easter one and a winter one.
So they have seasonal events. Okay. That
Yeah,
tracks. That tracks. It's a way to keep players playing and yeah,
yeah.
I'm pretty. I would assume this game has some sort of microtransaction available. So
It does not.
really,
It is
well, props to them.
microtransaction free.
That props to them for that. Then okay. I guess if by keeping seasonal, you keep players playing. By keeping them playing, you get there's a whole level of analytics to like playing to like Steam and game playing that like isn't it's crazy. But that's cool. Yeah, I think that'd be fun for us to do afterwards.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been playing. What have you been playing?
Um, I one second. I I have been playing mostly Battlefield 6. I have also been playing some Megabonk. I did that on stream obviously on Thursday and the week before that. So I love Megabonk. It is just fun. It's just kind of I don't know. It's a stupid fun game. Is really all it is, and it's a roguelite that's kind of taking the piss out of other roguelites, but it makes fun of itself in such a good way that it's enjoyable, and it gives you it times out the dopamine hits like perfectly. Um, so I have been enjoying a lot of Megabonk. In fact, yesterday I did what they call it an AFK challenge. Are you muted, sir?
No, shouldn't be.
Okay. You just went
I just
you just went a silent ooh. Okay. That
ooh,
it freaked me out. I saw your mouth move and I saw no sound and I went, "Oh no." Anyway,
I broke it.
um anyway, so I was watching just some random like small YouTube channels because now I get suggested smaller YouTube channels from time to time, and because everyone's playing Megabonk, it's like I get these things. So I watched this video of this guy like going through the AFK challenges because apparently you can unlock multiples, and I went, oh, so it's just literally choose your class, stand still. I can put that on my ROG ally while I'm like eating lunch. So I'm like eating lunch and just doing the AFK challenge every time I level up. I'm like trying to choose the best things for like, because it's basically a challenge to increase your damage, increase your block, increase your attack speed, all this kind of stuff because you cannot move.
Interesting.
Yes, so I liked it. It entertained my lunch hour immensely. Um
That's good.
um and yeah, I just played a whole lot of I've been playing a lot of Battlefield 6 this weekend just because I broke down and bought it. Um, and yeah, it's fun. I'll kind of talk about it later because I made notes to talk about it later. But it's very enjoyable, and I am a sucker for I am a sucker for military first person shooters like COD and Battlefield, and I greatly enjoyed my day playing all the Battlefield.
Never been into those, but to each their own.
Yeah. Um. So I think you're probably going to have a vast majority of the talking points for updates. So is it okay if I start off? 'Cause
Yeah, go ahead. What?
I think you're gonna have take the time.
I probably.
Um. So about 2 weeks. Yeah, last week. Excuse me. Last weekend I bought the Lego Game Boy. So
Ooh,
like you
nice.
can kind of see it right
Oh,
there behind
I
me.
can see. Yeah.
Yeah, so I built that, and then yet that was a lot of fun. And it turns out they now have a Lego Builder app where basically what it is just an app that you install on your phone, and like when you buy a box now, it has a QR code, and you can scan the QR code, and it will basically put all of the instructions like on the app.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but then you can like rotate the model. You can rotate the model to
Oh,
like see like, oh, okay, so this time you really can't make any mistakes because you can actually like rotate the model and be like, okay, it does need to go right
back in
here.
my day, you had to figure out where that piece was gone.
I get it. I've done it a whole lot, like with like
Where does this go?
exactly like I have done it all the
What does that
time.
picture mean?
So I remember building the Infinity Gauntlet. There's a few of those times when you're like, where the what, why, and how, and okay, like, but the fact that you can like rotate it and like see where it will go and how it should fit and all this kind of stuff, it was pretty sweet. I enjoyed it a lot, and it made the building experience cool. And like you can like have them, you can add them to your collections, so you can you can have your digital collection of all your Legos. So like in your case, you could like have all your sets could be listed as like built, and then let's say
Hmm.
you move and you have to rebuild them. You can then get re-access to the manuals, and then you're allowed to like register the products now. So then you get like
You make it
Lego.
sound like I don't have a small tote that's just building manuals.
Yeah, I know, right? So it's a really cool app. And it gives you cool stats. Like I don't like it goes like, okay, this is how long you spent on this page, and it like kind of basically averages out like you did this many
Huh.
pieces per minute, and it took you like, because like you start a manual and then you like build it and you're like going through the steps and steps. It gives you all these cool little stats. It's a very enjoyable little app that's meant for adults and kids.
I'm gonna check that out. I am definitely not downloading it right at this moment.
And if you have your boxes, you still might.
I only have. I don't have all the boxes. I have a few of the boxes still of the more harder to find, harder to come by sets that I have because they're more collectible.
Yeah. And yeah, if you can remember the names, you can still search them up and that kind of stuff too. So,
Oh yeah.
and of course, they'll more than happily link you to an external browser to let you buy new sets if you want to as well, because
Oh, I'm sure.
because capitalism.
I do know where to get PDFs of all the instructions too.
Yeah,
'Cause-
PDFs are important.
But
On that, house cleaning, yeah, and like the difference of my weekends when I don't have my son and when I do have my son, especially on a weekend like this weekend where there wasn't soccer or anything, where it's just basically wake up on Saturday and go, I don't have to leave the house.
mm,
And I didn't leave the house. And was it nice? Yes. Do I regret it? A little bit actually. Um, some sun and touching some grass might have been helpful.
right.
um, uh, but so it was nice. And then, yeah, earlier this week so this mug I bought like 2 or 3 months ago, and I had it for about a week, and I had it at work, and then I was leaving one day, and I was like, I swear I just had my mug. Where did it go? It like disappeared off the face of the earth. And then like randomly this week, like I don't know who found it, but they were just like it had fallen or something, and it just
Mm.
so I cleaned it out, cleaned it very thoroughly, and then I'm so glad it's back because it's big and it's got a straw.
Nice.
um so yeah, that's been my past 2 weeks. And you've had a busy weekend.
I've had, well, I've had kind of a busy week, I guess. Yeah. I think not this last week, but the week before was kind of, much more of the same. Um, and yeah,
Well,
was gone. Go ahead.
where were you last weekend? Because we couldn't, because you were in Chicago. Oh, right. You were seeing off your friend. That's right. My
Yeah.
bad. I was like, I know you were doing something last weekend.
Yeah. So last weekend, what else did I do? I don't remember. I was also sick for a chunk.
Oh.
But last Sunday night, didn't really see them off, but basically had dinner, caught up, and said kind of good. It was kind of a send off because they're deploying for a few months. So, and that was the last chance because on Monday, I had to drive to Chicago for training, which was fine. Different than
Presumably, just
usual.
like I'm sorry, but like presumably it's training, like continued education kind of training.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like Chrysler certification classes. Um so specifically Chrysler stuff. Basically what I was doing up in Minneapolis, but this dealership is in a region that goes to Chicago instead of Minneapolis.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I did that Tuesday and Wednesday, which is why I didn't stream on Wednesday. And will be the case again. Uh, not this week, but the week after, because
How
I've got more
dare
training
you?
to go to. I know. That week though, I will probably do a Friday stream. I thought about doing a Thursday stream because I was driving again on Friday after work, but I didn't want to overlap. So I was like, you know what? I'll just take the week off. It'll
Yeah,
be whatever. The next week that I have to skip Wednesday, I'll probably do like a Friday stream
I'll
and
work.
maybe an extended Friday stream to make up.
Nice.
Um, and maybe sneak in a couple weekend streams depending on how I feel. Um, cause yeah, Friday I left work, came home for like 2 seconds to grab clothes, and drove to, we'll call it Omaha. It was technically Council Bluffs, but it's Anime Nebraska on. So I know anime conventions. I mean, you've been to one.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been to the.
we went to
We went to
RTX.
RTX together, and there's still stuff I would like to go to. It's not that it's not my thing. It's there are people there that aren't always my people.
Yeah, it's a different crowd. Um, but they're so much fun. And it's fun to see a lot of those. I mean, a lot of people are cosplaying. Um, and those are all always fun to see. And there's a wide range of skills. Um,
Oh yeah,
and there's always, I mean, with cosplay really anything goes. Everything can be gender bent. Um, which is,
is what it is.
I mean, it is what it is. Some of them are good, some of them are not. Some of them need work. Um, but that's the fun of it. Um, and it's because there was one year I think I sent you a picture of, I mean, this person had built themselves
Oh,
a Dalek,
oh yep,
and
yep,
they
yep.
were just rolling around in that. Some of them are incredible. There was a couple
There's
that
work put into them. Yeah.
yeah. Sometimes you'll get the big, like, I want to say it's from Helldivers, the big armor suits. Um, the one that I'm gonna work on is kind of partially cosplay and partially um, because there's the one that's really piqued my interest as of late is there's costume clubs, I guess. Yeah, costume clubs is what they're called. There's Star Wars ones. There's the 501st Legion, which is just Imperial.
Okay.
There's the Rebel Legion. There's another one that I'm not 100% sure of, and then the one that I would be working on joining, which would involve building myself a proper, uh, a in-universe accurate set of armor is
Yep.
the Mandalorian mercs.
Aha. Okay.
Um, so that's a whole thing. I did come up with a couple of really clever and simple cosplay ideas that I might try out. Um, and there's always fun panels, um, like uh, the one that I went to this afternoon. Well, I went to two today. One was about armor making because I've never done any cosplay crafting at all. I've not made weapons or armor. So uh, so I went to that one, but then the other one I went to was about farming sims beyond Stardew Valley. So I was like, oh, well, I really like Stardew Valley. What
I,
else is out there?
yeah. Okay.
Um, and there's a wide I'll tell you some of the other ones off camera. There's always some interesting ones. Um,
I'm afraid that there's like some waifu farming simulator now.
well, I was talking about the panels.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm sure there's some.
Oh, what were some of the ones that I did not? There was, I think there was a waifu rating one.
Wait, hold up.
Um,
There is literally a panel about rating waifus.
oh yeah. Uh,
Y'all need Jesus.
there was, I mean, it's a range. There was one. There was Kaiju Jeopardy, which was just basically Jeopardy about
Okay, that's cool though.
kaiju, right? Uh, there was one year that I went to a panel and he enlightened me to a website that I haven't been to in a while, but maybe I'll do one of my live streams just playing this game on this
Okay.
website because it
Okay,
keeps track of
it must be safe then. Cool.
oh, it's very
I
safe.
was very concerned for a second. I was like, "What kind of website are we talking about here, sir?"
It's basically the purpose of the website is to it gives you much more options than you can get on the app that comes on your computer. Uh and it keeps track of stats.
Okay.
It's a minesweeper.
Huh.
There was an entire panel about minesweeper. It was I think it was last year's. Um but yeah, so yeah, the panels I went to what was the one I went to Saturday? Ooh, I'm not gonna remember. But yeah, Mandalorian one day, Stardew Valley or the farming simulator, farming life sim one today. Um, oh, I know which one I went to Saturday. Duh. So Friday was a slow day at work, uh, and I needed to prep and figure out, what do I want to go to? What do I want to see? Are there any, because they always have industry people there that you can meet and greets. I've
Makes
met
sense.
and gotten pictures with like Adam Savage, Don Bluth. So I'm on the website looking at like, all right, I need to figure out what I want to do this weekend. And Ruby was there.
Yep. You sent me the
So
message.
I did. Um, yeah, all four of them and Michael. I'm assuming because Lindsay was there. He just tagged along. So they did a Ruby panel Friday during the day that I obviously didn't go to because I didn't get there until
Friday
like
evening.
6-ish. Um yeah, Friday evening. And then Barb did a panel about from podcast to it was something to do with podcasting
Hmm.
and the transition. I assume because she had her podcast for the longest time. Aaron did one about voice acting in video games that I
Hmm.
did not go to. The one
That
that I
would be
went
good
to
too.
was yeah, that I was interested in it, but I don't remember why I didn't go or if it was conflicting with I just didn't go. Um but the one I went to it was Lindsay, Kara, and Michael. Just it was mostly just a Q and A about their time at Rooster Teeth.
Hmm.
And um it was a lot of them just telling stories about some of the memories they had, which it was refreshing.
Interesting.
Because it was a lot of, I mean, Michael raging about Gavin, um, the different shenanigans. Um, yeah, so it was a nice little refreshing, like, because I mean, especially in the earlier days, like I mean, you and I watched a lot of their content. And I did end up going because I was walking the vendor floor Saturday, as
Mm-hmm.
you do, to buy stuff. I bought a little bit of art, no big deal. Um, but I never got to see how busy Aaron's line ever got. because I didn't look. But at the time that I did look, it was Barb, which was weird because there was a bunch of people who were all freaking out about Ruby. Um, but like Barb's, Kara's, Lindsay's, and Michael's lines were like empty the one time that I looked, and I was like, well, if I'm gonna do it now is the
Yeah.
time to do it. So the only one I talked to was Michael.
Yep.
So
You can't see it unless you want me to share the program with you, but I have on screen the picture of you with Michael.
show it.
No, no, no. Oh, you want to see what they're seeing?
I mean, you can show them. Oh, are you showing them?
Oh yeah, I'm showing them, sir. Here,
Okay. Okay.
here again. Here's what they're seeing, sir.
So yeah, I got a selfie with Michael Jones of Rage Quit and Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth and Play Pals and all the other stuff. So
Whatever their food podcast is.
oh yeah, it was FaceTime. They bought the rights to it. It's called 100% Eats now.
Oh, nice,
So he's still doing it.
nice.
So that is 100% Eat
100%
is the podcast.
Okay.
And based on this picture, it still looks like it's the same cast.
So him
So
and Eric and Jordan.
yes, yes, I
It's
believe so.
amazing. I remember that.
Right. So I've got probably a lot of catching up to do on that because I did enjoy Face Jam quite a bit, and I mean if it's exactly the same thing, just a different name, then it's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool. I'm glad you had fun. Sounds like there would have been a couple little panels that would have been fun to listen to.
Yeah. There's usually this one. I feel like it's smaller than just not by much, but just a little bit smaller than it was last year.
Hmm.
And the Omaha one's not super big. I think the Minneapolis one is coming up next month.
Interesting. Well, TwitchCon was this weekend too. I can tell you that much.
Yes, I did know that because all
The stuff.
well, several of the Twitch streamers that I follow that are actually big were like, "We're going to TwitchCon."
And by the way, how is the security at Nebraska for the female talent? Hopefully, it was better than it was at TwitchCon.
Did something happen at TwitchCon?
Emiru got SA'd. Yeah, look it up. Look it up after the stream.
Yeah, I'll look that up later. Interesting.
Yep.
I mean, nothing. The only big thing that I saw happened was it was Saturday night. It was right before their like dance party thing. Paramedics showed up for something. I don't know what for. I have no idea.
Yeah,
I haven't heard. I mean that's the thing with a lot of those cons is generally the venue security is decent and there's enough public spaces that you can remain somewhat safe. And I know a lot of cons are trying to get away from them. I know Nebraska has tried to get away from it. But the room parties were where the real sketchy stuff happened.
Yeah.
Like
we're gonna have a party in a hotel room is just asking for someone to get roofied.
I don't have any stories of my own because I've never been to a room party.
Because you're a good boy.
Yes, we'll go with that. But I know stories that are quite interesting. We'll say.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's unfortunate.
It's to be clear. I'll quickly describe it because it's not like anyone's gonna care about this one. About me describing it. It's literally just a guy like just like walked through lines and just walked right up to her and tried to kiss her.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
But the
they're
thing is, the guy literally, it was like, it was a literal, they, people had to like reserve their spot in lines, in this line online. Like, and like, there's just an absolute utter lack of security. Like, the guy
yeah,
like crossed two different lines and just walked straight up to her. And, yep.
interesting. Yeah, I mean, you get into some of those crowds, and it's hard to. And I hate to say it. I mean, granted, actually, you get that with just about any. What's the word I'm looking for? Fan base, because I've known rock artists who stopped doing crowd walks because fans are grabbing at them.
Yep.
You get those weirdos, and
People want to say,
it's
I touched his whip.
yeah. So, am I shocked that it happened? No, but it's disappointing. Um, yeah. I think that's a risk at any convention, especially the bigger ones, because it gets harder to police some of that.
A little bit. I
I mean, you should have. I mean, especially the bigger names. Granted, I don't know how big I've never heard of them, so I don't know. But usually, and I guess I don't know how they all do it. If they've got
It
what's the
sounds
word
like
I'm looking for?
security has been an issue at TwitchCon for a hot minute from the creators that I follow that um, have talked about this.
And that might just be a TwitchCon thing. Um, because they're all pretty much. I mean, like they're all their own entities. So like Anime Nebrascon is run by its own thing, and so they set up all their own stuff. Planet Comic Con in Kansas City is their own thing, and they set up their own stuff. And so I think it really depends on who's running the show.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so that might just be a. Granted, those are the only two big cons that I've been to, um, and I would say that security is generally better than that. But again, you get the weirdos
They're everywhere, to be
who
honest.
who forget that consent is the most important thing,
Or don't use common sense.
or yeah, don't use common sense. But yeah, so um, because yeah, there was nothing that really happened.
Well, that's good.
And Nebraska's not super big, aside from the paramedics showing up, which again, I don't know why. I don't know what it was for.
And it could,
Probably someone exhausted fell down,
yeah.
or it was late enough on the Saturday night. Alcohol might have been
That,
involved
you never,
because they
yeah.
were serving it in the venue.
Oh, yeah.
So
That kind of stuff. That, just a paramedic showing up isn't
yeah,
itself a strictly big deal just because
no,
poo
it
happens.
happens. Yeah. So overall, I had a really good time. Um, I enjoy it. Um, I managed not to spend a lot of money.
Proud of you.
Um, got a few pieces of art, which is usually what I try for. And some
Everyone's
of the,
bound to get something at something like that. I know I would.
yeah. So I try and stay away from, I mean, there was, oh, what did I find? Oh, so there's usually one of the vendor booths that have old school posters
Okay.
of different things. Like they had a stack of like Sailor Moon posters. Um, but they had one like right on top that I saw that it looked the images looked super familiar. It was Final Fantasy VII characters, super familiar. It was, do you remember, and I've never known how to say this, it was the fighting game that was on the PlayStation way back when that had Final Fantasy. It was a Squeenix game that had uh it's again, I don't know how to. It's like
I'll look it up as well.
it's I don't even know how to spell it. Uh,
Enix fighting game. Tobal 2 Ergies.
Ergi, that one. It's that one.
1 second. Efforting. Oops. Ergies ambition fully titled God Ergies God Bless the Ring.
Yep.
It was developed as a partnership between Square and Dream Factory. The game includes characters from Final Fantasy VII. Cloud Strife, Tifa Lockhart, which are playable in both versions, Sephiroth, Yuffie, Vincent, Valentine, and Zack, which were added to the PlayStation's roster exclusively. Interesting.
Yeah. So they had like I guess it's not really technically a movie poster, but a poster of it. And it was quite a lot of money.
I imagine.
I did not buy it. I wished I could have, but yeah, it was several $100s.
That I mean, if it's a rare game, seems like it's a pretty rare game, and that would be a pretty rare poster, and
Yeah.
that tracks.
But no, I bought some art from some smaller independent artists, and so yeah, there's plushies and snacks and figurines and all the normal anime stuff. So
Nice.
yeah, it was a good time. And I got back from that at 6 p.m. tonight. So yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
So yeah, those are all my life updates.
So Nebraska. So
Nebraska,
so
Chicago.
Chicago. When you were in Chicago, did you like stay at a hotel, or since you know family, were you able to say like pocket the uh pocket the hotel money and stay with family?
Unfortunately, they booked the hotel for me.
Uh,
So I can't really pocket that money. And that's an interesting subject.
oh yeah,
Uh
I suppose some of that family around there may not necessarily be friendly at the moment.
yeah. So and I looked and I was probably about an hour and a half away from where they lived. So it wouldn't have been super reasonable. I mean, I don't want to do the hotel that they got me was like literally across the street from the training center. I could have walked if I wanted to. There was like one major like highway-ish road,
Yeah.
but if I had really wanted to, I could have walked within like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. So, yeah, they put me up in a hotel, um, and then they reimbursed me for gas and food. Um,
I mean, that's not
so
bad.
no, it's not. Um, So, and the drive's not terrible. And it's not like in Chicago.
I assume it's a suburb.
It's a suburb and it's closer. It's like,
I'm assuming it's a nicer ish suburb because it's not like they want y'all getting shot.
well, yeah. I want to say it's by Romeoville, kind of by Joliet, kind of in that area. It's like a
You're gonna have to give me a
southwest if
okay. So you have to give
southwestish
me
suburb.
cardinal directions because I don't know Chicago.
That's fair. Yeah, it's a southwestish suburb, like just inside, like just inside the suburb. Like it's one of the first suburbs you hit,
Gotcha. Okay.
kind of thing. So not like
So not super high class, but
no.
yeah.
Now, could I have gone to see Navy Pier or the Bean? Maybe if I really wanted to, but it would have been like another hour or so drive.
Oof. No, thank you.
And I've seen them enough that
Yeah.
maybe on the last time, or and that's the other thing, because it was in the middle of the week. Like I've got one in November coming up that's end of the week. So it's a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So maybe Friday before I go home, since I'm, free to do it. I don't have to work the next day.
Yep.
I might do something, maybe. But yeah, I had to work the next day, so I was like, I'm driving straight home.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So yeah. That was the excitement of my last 2 weeks.
Very nice. Very, 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 very nice. As I steal a drink of water here.
Do it. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't have had a whole lot going on last week.
Oh.
6th to the 10th. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, last week was my busy week. And I'll have more travel the week after. So it is what it is. I only have a few more in-person classes that I have to take, so I'm almost done with that.
Nice. That'll be good.
So yeah.
Nice. Well, I think I'm gonna we're gonna copy etc. topics first. If I could talk.
If you could talk.
So I'm gonna start with the.
What we got? Okay.
I'm gonna start with the basic stuff. By the basic stuff, I mean the stuff that you're not gonna have much to comment on, I suspect, but I'd be curious. Apple M5 chips. They just it was kind of a pretty silent announcement. They don't, for some of their silicon, they don't really do big keynote videos or that kind of stuff, right? They just kind of go, we've got new chips out and they're in these products. So they've got a new M5 chip, which is supposedly 20% better for machine learning, which is kind of cool just because all the tech people that I follow are basically hey, those Apple silicon chips are actually really good for AI and machine learning and that kind of stuff.
Interesting.
But now they're on laptop. But now they've also put them on all their new laptops and iPads. And I'm a little jelly. I'm a little jelly because I've got my M2, which I'm grateful for. I'm not complaining. It can edit video. It can edit the video. It could definitely do better. Let's be clear. With what's available and what I'm doing, it could run it better. It having 8 gigabytes of RAM does not help it whatsoever. Let's be clear. But now that they don't even do 8 gig standard. It's a 16 gigabyte minimum in everything they have. Even then, I think if I did, I'd have to get a 32 gigabyte, which I don't want to know how much that costs. Although I kind of do. In fact, I have changed my mind completely.
We're going to find out right now.
We're going to find out. Give me 1 second. Efforting. What?
While you're doing that, I mean, we all know how I feel about Apple. And that's not even my hot take, because that's just a standing hot take. I'm not an Apple guy. I'm just not gonna do it.
I like both. I think Macs are very good for some things, and I think there's some things that they're not necessarily as good for. I'll leave it at that. There are plenty of creative people that prefer to use PCs. There are a lot of creative people that will stay on Macs. So I think it's okay. But anyway, so
to each their own.
So we are, for funsies, we are doing we're choosing a new MacBook Pro. That is what I'm doing here. In fact, I'm going to sort out output program. So I'm just going to let you see what they're seeing so you can kind of be walked through this. Let's be clear, I'm just seeing what my minimum cost would be. Now, they don't have an M5 in the air. That's fine. To be honest, if I'm being honest, the Mac, what I'd prefer to do is I'd rather do like a Mac Mini or a Mac Studio, just because I've got the keyboard and the mouse and everything. But they don't have Mac Minis in M5s yet. So I'm just going to, for funsies, build my Apple laptop game. Because this is always a fun game to play sometimes. I'm weird.
Yeah.
Okay, 10 core, CPU, GPU, cool. 24 gigs, 16 gigs. All right, so we're just going to stick with the basic, although I'm going to bump it up to 1 terabyte. So we'll select that one. Customize it. So this is a 14-inch MacBook Pro, space black. Actually, that's the correct color to get because I love space black. M5 chip, 10-core CPU, 10-core GPU, 16-core neural engine. So that 16-core neural engine is the bread and butter of what everyone says is like really good for AI and machine learning. The 10-core GPU is actually pretty much on spec with a lot of relatively modern mobile GPUs. Like, it does ray tracing, it's actually pretty good. Like, in all honesty, for what it offers, it's pretty damn good. 16 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte storage, nano texture, no thank you. Okay, I'm going back. I forgot that we can upgrade storage. Nope, I did it wrong. I'm stupid. Yeah. Shop 14. M5. Silver, space black. Yeah, there we go. Space black. Okay, so we select. Now I would go. To be honest with you, Apple would get their friggin' money because I would have to do. I personally, if I bought myself a new laptop today, can't afford this money. But if I could, I would go for the 32 gigabytes of unified memory just because, yeah, that much memory is just going to make sure it works. It has a longer shelf life, right?
Yeah.
Storage. Painfully, I got to upgrade to the 1 terabyte. Don't need to mess with the power adapter. I don't need to do any of that. So it would be $2,199. Darn. But
wow,
this is why I would prefer to do the Mac Mini, right? Because, ooh, look, it's so small. But right, I could go basically get half of what I want right here. 32 gigs, 1 terabyte, and I don't need to do anything else except for maybe the 10 gigabit Ethernet if I'm wanting to really keep it super future. Like, the 10 gigabit Ethernet makes it useful. Like, you could very much, if I ever got a NAS, like a NAS someday, I could basically just edit off a NAS, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with gigabit, you can't. That's $14.99, and you can get them slightly cheaper. So this is the downside to soldered storage and soldered memory. However, it is now becoming an industry standard too, just because it's cheaper for laptop manufacturers to do it that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's... I want an M5 chip. I don't know. I really can't afford it yet. That's just the truth of the matter. Like, I got my car money back, and I actually put 15. I put a good chunk of it in a slightly above average CD. So, like, I have money growing, but like, I can edit.
Look at you being responsible.
I'm trying. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things I want. Like, the next thing I want to talk, like, yes, we've got the M5. They got the new Vision Pro. I don't care about Apple's VR. I like VR as a concept, but it's still just a little bit on the expensive side, right? So,
Yeah.
um, I yeah, again, I would like to eventually get a new laptop. I like my laptop. I really do. Like it's sticker bombed, all that kind of stuff because I like it and I think it'd be a good mobile. I think it'd be good as a laptop, but as terms of a desktop, I actually want to get like a Mac Mini, and I could get refurbished. But I think at this point, I'm gonna wait till the M5 chip is in the Mini and then go from there. Because you can,
Yeah.
because that was drastically cheaper. That was like $1,000 cheaper, you know.
Yeah.
Um, let me program source StreamCam back to just me. And then the next thing would be the ROG Ally. Like Microsoft just this past week they announced they didn't announce, they released the new Xbox ROG Allies. So like they've got the ROG Xbox Ally, which is basically it's more or less the regular ROG Ally. It's different body, better ergonomics than mine.
Hmm.
Here, let me share the link with on the ba 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 ba. All right, links on the page for you. Um, the ROG Ally is basically just like it's like very much like mine, similar chipset, more storage, more RAM, right? Um,
Hmm.
but the Xbox Ally, the ROG Xbox Ally X is, boy, that's the one that's the one that's got me wishing I had a grand to just throw at something. Because it is a brand new. Let's see if I can. Where's the specs part of the page? Tasks. Yeah, it like they how can I put this? Microsoft did a lot of work in integrating and trying to make Windows better for gaming. Um, yeah, so like here, like if you look at this, there's like ROG Xbox Ally up to 20% performance increase versus ROG Ally, which that's purely because it has 8 more gigabytes of RAM. Like mine has 16, that has 24, I believe.
Okay.
And the Xbox Ally X has 32 gigabytes of RAM, if I am not mistaken. Um, Here we go. Yeah, spec table. So the Xbox Ally only has 16 gigs. Really? So it's slightly upgraded processor. So it's got the same amount of memory. Actually, the same amount of storage as my ROG Ally started out with. I upgraded my storage because it's very easy to replace, like super easy. But the Xbox Ally X is $1,000, but it's also got the AI Z2 Extreme. Like it's like you are playing relatively modern AAA games at 30 frames, 30 to anywhere between 30 to 40 frames a second, which is peak for mobile gaming.
Yeah.
Um, but again, it's $1,000. I want it, but it's $1,000.
Yeah.
Like I like the ergonomics of the handles. Like I do want it because I like my ROG Ally and I like mobile gaming, but $1,000 is a lot to ask. But especially one of the big things with the ROG Ally, with this new one, they've got like two HDMI or not two USB-C ports. One is USB-C 4 Thunderbolt, and one is USB-C like 3.2. And the 4 means that you can connect a external graphics card. So you could literally just have this plug in the external graphics card for like regular gaming,
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. It's one of those things that, like, if I had all the money in the world, I would probably get it just because I would eventually get the mobile GPU, and then maybe I would just give this PC to my kid, or maybe that would become like part of a two PC system. You know what I mean? Where like this PC is capturing, and the ROG Ally with XG Mobile is the gaming one, and blah 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 blah. But eh.
Yeah. Eh.
And again, it's $1,000, which is a lot of money, especially when you can get well, if you're going for the upgrade, right, for the ROG Ally X. But if you're just like, I'd rather just maybe just a regular ROG Ally, uh, just link clause, just go get yourself, just go get like a Steam Deck, because the Steam Deck is still cheaper, and you can still upgrade it for cheaper. And
Yeah.
it's still a good console, very good console like experience. Although I will say, I can't wait to I want to get the new mobile Windows kind of installed on my ROG Ally, because they have installed some of the integrations. So like now that this new version is released, that like there's a lot of firmware stuff for my ROG Ally that they did just because to make it look similar in terms of software, but it doesn't have the new Windows stuff yet, which the new Windows stuff is the stuff that helps it perform a little bit better, because they eliminated just some like the processes that Windows normally does in the background that this thing doesn't need, and they give you like task switching and like quick resume, like kind of like a console experience. So like let's say I'm playing Megabonk and then I exit, and then you can like just like go into the switcher and exit, and then you can relaunch it, and you'll be like back in the spot that you were, with something that they can do standard. So that's cool, but once again, it's just another thing that wants me to spend lots of money that I
Right.
don't have.
Let's say I still have a Steam Deck on my list. Uh, yeah, all the monies.
All the monies. And speaking of things that cost monies, I teased it and I bought Battlefield 6. And so before I get too much, you're not a big
I
military game guy?
I'm really not. Um, I mean, I've never been, even in the Halo eras. I guess I shouldn't say that. In terms of first person shooters, the heavy realistic ones I'm not super into. So like your Battlefields, your Call of Duties, stuff
Well,
like
I
that.
wouldn't call Call of Duty realistic.
Yeah, that's true. But like Halo I was fine with. I could play them. And I mean I've played older ones. Like, oh, what did we used to play at LAN parties? Castle Wolfenstein and Battlefield 1942. I've
Okay.
played that.
Okay.
Actually, I've got a fun story from that one. But in general, it's not my go-to.
Okay.
Um, but so I mean, if it's what everyone's playing, I'll play it. But if I'm probably not ever gonna buy it myself.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I had a few friends play it, and I saw there was a few prominent voices online that I generally trust because they have similar tastes and they have similar just feelings about video games in general. And they were like, "Oh, I'm really enjoying Battlefield 6 and I'm looking forward to multiplayer and all this kind of stuff." And I went, "Huh, okay." And then I kept seeing all these reviews that like it was really enjoyable, that they brought campaign back, and I was like, "Ooh, a campaign."
Mm.
Because I'm not always great at PVE, or excuse me, PvP, because like I'm not as twitchy as I used to be. Like I just, and when I was at my best, it wasn't with a keyboard and mouse; it was with a controller. So like,
Mm.
um, but I still enjoy it. It's still kind of fun. It's the same reason behind liking Borderlands 4. Borderlands 4 I like because I like clicking heads and then getting loot. Battlefield I just like because sometimes it's fun to click heads and be
Yeah.
American. Um, but so I had some thoughts, and because I was doing some research, right? So apparently, the guy who created the original COD because he was working at EA at the time, and they were working on the next, and they had done Battlefield, like the first Battlefield game, and did really well, and then they were gonna work on it, and then EA basically like did kind of this like left turn of how they wanted Battlefield to play. So he left EA and he went to Activision, which is where he then started the Call of Duty franchise. And now the Call of Duty franchise is going it's all about the battle royale mode. I don't remember what it's called. In fact, I don't even think they have a special excuse me, a special name for the mode anymore. Just because it's what everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna play Call of Duty, so it's just their battle royale mode. And so the campaigns have gone to like kind of poo. And this guy left. He left Activision and then went back to EA to be the leader for this Battlefield game, which makes sense because this game, at least the campaign to me, felt like a mix of like the original Black Ops game in that it was dealing with a lot of geopolitical drama and kind of like a little bit of espionage, and then a mix of I said it wrong here. In Modern Warfare 2. Just because it's once again very similar geopolitical drama, right? It was a lot of it was just fun. It was a relatively short experience too. It was like 5-6 hours, and I was just playing on normal mode. Like there's 4 difficulties levels. There's like easy, normal, hard, extreme, or something like that, right? I just did basically the normal mode because I just wanted to get the story. I just wanted to get the story experience, see if it was good, even see if it's worth replaying for like harder runs, right? Where you go, okay, I want to play on extreme, or I want to play on veteran or legendary or whatever, which I think it is, just because it is a relatively short experience and the levels are broken up pretty decently, that I think, at least for me anyway, I am certainly more willing to do repeated playthroughs of it on harder difficulties. But also, I don't know what it is about this time playing Battlefield, or just a military action war game in general.
Yeah.
But there was more about this game that made me realize why some of the people who I know who go to active duty and come back are typically either fit into one of 2 camps in my experience. They either are broken, like very broken, like they need to get constant psychological help kind of broken, or they are way more somber and just kind of more normalized and desensitized, I suppose. And maybe it very well might be just the fidelity of the graphics and all this kind of stuff. I don't know, but for the first time, you're watching this game, and one of these levels ends like you're in like a helicopter crash, and you're doing like this last stand, and you're shooting next to and then kind of cuts into this quick little cut scene, and the guy that you're firing next to gets his brains blown out, and you're just like and then and just like he's like, these are my friends. Oh, it's happening again, and then he gets rescued, and he's the last guy surviving from this platoon, and I'm just like, oh, I don't. I'm so glad I never had to experience this in real life.
Yeah.
Because yeah, like fun, cool action. I like clicking heads and feeling American, but also, yeah, it's uncomfortable to think about that. This is kind of a realistic experience for some people, and there's a reason why some people come back more effed up than they did when they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. War is actually that you say that I every once in a while I see it come across my feed, the quote from MASH, um, when I think it's the chaplain that asks and I don't remember the characters' names, but he asks uh, something about war is hell.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Yeah. So it was yeah. Um Good game, and I played some multiplayer last night. I wasn't very good. I'll I mean I had already played all the campaign. It was late, and I had a couple IPAs, so I was just like, I'm just having fun. This is not going to be good.
yeah,
Um, but I enjoyed the multiplayer experience, and I'm looking forward to going back to it as I can. But like, yeah, it'll be a fun game to go back to just for clicking heads and a PvP experience. But
yeah,
uh, so now that we got that kind of well, it was again. Final thoughts: Battlefield 6, fun game. You can probably wait till it's on sale. At that point, the
yeah,
multiplayer experience may not be as fun, but from what I understand, they're trying to make the multiplayer experience in this game less where like if you're not playing consistently, like there you'll be able to enjoy this game no matter your skill level, right? It's not going to
yeah,
become like Counter-Strike or whatever where like if you're not like you can't play Counter-Strike and just try to have fun. Like it
yeah.
doesn't happen. If you go into Counter-Strike, you're going to get killed every 5 or 10 seconds, and it's just going to be a terrible experience.
Right. Yeah, yeah. That's why I don't play Counter Strike.
I liked it. I miss having a good, just a PvP game. Like it's part of the reason why I got away from COD is it started to go. I don't like the whole like battle royale 99 things. Like I kind of like more the capture the flag or domination, like the smaller game types of like
Yeah,
point and click military action games. And this game's got a lot more of that, and I'm just I'm excited to play it from time to time and like just be able to have fun.
yeah.
Especially because
Well,
it looks good on my computer too. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, there are times I was like, I'm playing a video game. Ray tracing does amazing things, man.
yeah. That is true. That is very true.
But that kind of covers all of our excited stuff. I want to hear your hot take this week.
So the hot take that I had um earlier this week. So it's interesting. So it really boils down to um the British being British. So um the irony was that the class that I took this week was diesel fuel systems.
Okay.
So we were just talking it's diesel 101. Like in the time that I've been working, all those things I already knew. But
Okay.
I had to take it because I hadn't taken any diesel classes yet.
It's
So I was
required, I
trying
would
to
assume.
yeah. It's the first class of 3. There's only 3 diesel classes in the whole curriculum.
Okay.
It's basically it's diesel fuel, diesel engine repair, which pretty much all we do is tear down a diesel engine, which again, I've also done that. So what's the other one? Oh, and the only one that I might actually learn something in is it's a virtual class, diesel emissions and after treatment, which I kind of understand to a point. But anyways, so
That
the
makes
hot
one of
take
us.
is, I mean, I've been working on diesel Rams. So, but in here in America, you go to the gas station and you generally have, so you pull up to Come and Go, Maverick, Quick Star, whatever. You
Yep.
have generally these days three, maybe four colors of pumps, nozzles.
Yeah.
You have your black nozzle. That's your gasoline. Then you have yellow or blue. Generally, your like heavy ethanol, your E85s,
Yep. The
and
88s
then
were
you
that
yeah, and then you have your green nozzle.
diesel.
It's your diesel. Well, I was driving, and now that I'm going to Chicago, I'm taking I-80. I can stop at the Iowa 80 because it's about halfway.
Fair enough.
So, and I mean, it's the world's biggest truck stop. It's kind of a
Oh
novelty.
boy.
Whatever. Iowa's cool.
Yeah.
Um, but the gas station there is a BP, British Petroleum, and it's British, and they've got their color scheme. But I pulled up to the pump, and I realized, and especially as someone who's recently replaced an entire diesel fuel system, because um, like it's the tolerances, everything is so fine. You can really screw it up really quickly. And putting diesel in gas cars and gas in diesel cars is not good.
That's very bad. Even I know that one.
So BP being BP, uh so again, Come and Go. Gas pump, black. Diesel pump, green. BP, gas pump, green.
You
Diesel pump, black. Like they didn't even change the diesel pump to a different color.
didn't
Like they
break your
just
car, did
swapped the
you?
two. No, I didn't, because I know what I'm looking for. And yes, generally, uh, there's a trick. There's mechanisms involved that you really have to try to get the wrong nozzle into that diesel tank, but it can be done, or and vice versa. It
Yeah.
can be done, and there are some dumb people who are like, "Well, it's not doing it the right way. Maybe I just need to do it harder," and they force it. I mean, and I like, um, well, actually, the diesel fuel system that I had to replace, it was because so diesels, part of their after treatment, their exhaust emissions after treatment, they have something that's called diesel exhaust fluid.
Yep.
There's a separate tank, separate pump. It squirts a fluid that is mostly water and one other thing. It smells awful. Um, and if you didn't take care of your pet stuff very well, your house would smell like it. Um, but he put some in the diesel tank, in his diesel tank. I mean, granted, the spots for them are right next to each other, but one is blue, one is green, and again, different. There's mechanisms involved. So, but yeah, my hot take is BP is dumb. Like, I get it. You want to be the same across the board, but there's so many dumb people who are like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy a new diesel. I'm so cool. I've never done this before. I don't know how diesel works." You pull up to a BP and you're like, "Oh, well, every other gas station it's been a green handle, so I'm just gonna use the green handle." And now you need a new truck. Or vice versa, like, "Oh, I've got this gas car. Well, this is a green pump. I'm not supposed to. I've been told over and over again never use the green pump because it's the wrong fuel. So I'll go to the black pump, and now you've got diesel in your car."
Yep.
So, I mean, I get it. One, it's probably the opposite across the board for foreigners. And they do a lot more smaller diesel. Like Volkswagen has a bunch of like small, like they're smaller diesels.
Yep.
Ours are generally like trucks and tractors. Those are our diesels.
Yep.
Because America is weird and we're like, "Oh, gas everything. Diesel's only for working and everything's automatic because we're lazy and blah, 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 blah." So that is my hot take. BP is setting up stupid people for failure. And as much as I like job security, it's kind of rude. And I feel a little bad because, like, you put diesel in the gas engine and you run it a little bit because you didn't know it's going to be angry at you. You can clean it out pretty well. The tolerances are not super tight.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things we talked about is, uh, and that's another thing. Diesel fuel injectors, the ones that I've been working with, like they're just the one injector is several $1,000s by itself. And these tolerances are so tight. Like I have, because they're inside the um, cylinder head. So like you screw on these contacts, and the torque spec is like 8 inch-pounds. Like it's finger tight.
Okay.
And in fact, you can finger tight it too tight and snap off the post. And now
Wow.
you need a new, yeah. And there's a check ball. The way it works, there's a ball inside, little check ball that lets fuel go by or not. Um, my instructor was talking. He's got one torn apart. Um, the tolerances are so tight, he can take a marker and like just draw a little bit on that little ball, and it will not go back into its spot. It will not fit. So you get even a little bit of dust in the diesel system and you're breaking stuff.
Wow.
So you put gasoline and you're breaking stuff. It's going to get angry. Also, diesel fuel actually helps lubricate a lot of that because it has lubricating properties. Gas does not.
Hmm.
So BP is setting up stupid people. I shouldn't say that. BP is setting up uneducated people for catastrophic failure. And it's like, even like, okay, fine, you want your primary handles to be green because that's your color. Change the other one to not black.
Yep.
Don't flip-flop them. Make it different enough that people are like, "Oh, these are colors that I've never seen before. Something is different here. Maybe I should look into it." Not, "Oh, these are the two colors I'm used to seeing. So business as usual," until it's not.
So it's not. Yeah.
So that is my hot take of the week.
Nice.
BP is should do it like the Americans do it.
All right.
Also, if you buy a diesel, learn to actually care for your diesel. Unless you want to spend a lot of money and pay me a lot of money to fix it, then,
By all means.
you do you. You do you.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh. Excuse me while I stretch here quickly. Oh, so my
What is
nostalgia.
your
I'm sorry,
yeah?
you go.
What's
You go.
your nostalgic memory of the week?
So my nostalgic memory of the week kind of came this past Friday. Friday, yeah, Friday. I was my son had they had like a movie night basically at his school, and for the movie night they were showing Hotel Transylvania. It was they had PTO stuff. There was popcorn, candy, pizza, all the kind of stuff. Pay with cash or if they had a Venmo, but all stuff to help support the PTO. And there's a movie so the kids can sit around. Anyway, and it had me thinking like I remember now well I remember being in school and doing like lock-ins. I swore I did an elementary school lock-in. I swear I remember like sleeping in one of the classrooms and watching a movie in our gymnasium. And initially the movie I thought I had watched in the gymnasium was Galaxy Quest. Now, I did some research. It definitely could not have been Galaxy Quest because Galaxy Quest came out when I was in middle school. So I also
Okay.
remember doing lock-ins in middle school, and it's very possible I have smushed memories together. It's not uncommon.
Yeah.
But like it made me think. I miss I miss lock-ins and that kind of stuff where it was like, yep, we're gonna all go into this room. Girls will have to be here, boys will have to be here, and there'll be teachers and chaperones and all this kind of stuff. But lock-ins were fun. I missed lock-ins.
Yeah.
At least that's my take. I just miss
I do.
lock-ins.
I remember doing church. I don't know that I did any. Well, yeah, I don't know that I did any school lock-ins. I know I did some church lock-ins. And there, and I, and maybe that's part of the, and maybe that nostalgia is part of the reason. Um, I'm fond of, like, like, when I go on that service project, we stay in churches, and it's kind of like an adult lock-in.
Yeah.
Because once we shut the doors, because we don't have the keys to the building, we're kind of, if you want to go somewhere, you need to make sure someone's there to let you back in. So it's kind of like an adult lock-in.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, those were, I mean, yeah, I do remember those being a lot of fun because it's kind of like a sleepover, but not at someone's house.
Mm-hmm.
And you're, yeah,
Yep. Yeah. I. It really bothers me because I was like, I could have sworn I watched. I could have sworn I saw Galaxy Quest when I was in elementary school, but unless it came out super early 2000, which I was looking at the Wikipedia and I couldn't find a good release date. Unless I'm stupid and I missed it. Um, but yeah, like see here, Amsterdam.
IMDb says 1999.
But it says it. Well, IMDb says really. It came out December 25th, 1999. So maybe it was in elementary school because it could have been like a spring kind of lock in. Because I
Yeah.
swore I saw Galaxy Quest in elementary school, but it would make sense if that was like my last year of elementary school. Um, because I could have sworn we saw it on we put it on like elementary school projector because I think it was on DVD or something like that, and or maybe it was VHS. I don't know, but I remember watching it in as part of a school lock-in.
I mean, yeah, it could have been your sixth grade
But yeah, what a movie. I
I
missed that. It's a great
I
movie.
mean, that movie is great.
Um, so yeah, you are very correct. I think the reason, probably the reason why you like your little Appalachian thing is because it's kind of like an adult lock-in.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm just,
those were the good old days.
I miss the time. I miss the days when life was simple.
Life was simple. We didn't have adult responsibilities. I didn't have rent to pay.
Right, exactly. There's no bills.
I didn't have to think about where my food was coming from.
Yep, I didn't have to think about what am I making for food? How am I cooking it? Yeah, those were the days. Those
Those
were
were
the
the good old
days.
days. Right. Oh,
um, my brain's kind of shutting down. So which that's good because now in the
it's
words
it's it. In the words of the modern philosophers, semisonic. It's closing time.
da, da, da. Um, so let's start with plugs. Um, plugs, uno momento, efforting, plugs, oops, plugs, plugs. There you go,
Plugs.
plugs, all sorts of plugs. You can choose what kind of plugs you want.
Plug it in. Plug it in.
Exactly, but plugs. So so you can start.
I mean, I'll be streaming on Wednesday because I'm not traveling this week. Um, so it'll be a regular Wednesday stream. At my Twitch channel. I'm assuming it's below me.
Right now it
It's
is your
me.
right now it is your time that you will be streaming. What time will you be streaming?
7 p.m. to 11 p.m.
I oops, I didn't fix that. Oh well, it says 10 p.m. but 11 p.m.
Eh, 7 p.m. till I feel like stopping.
There we go. That's a good one. And he can be found at Sir Splashly on the Twitcheroos.
And at some point, whenever I get around to it, also at the Instagrams, even though I barely use it.
Yeah. I
Nobody want
whoop.
nobody wants to see pictures of my life.
You never know.
Eh.
They might want to see pictures of your Legos.
Yeah, when I get around to getting those back up.
um, I can be found at all on my social stuff all below. That's you can find me on all the important socials via that. This is the part where I'm supposed to say I stream every Thursday night. However, I will not be streaming this Thursday just because of some scheduling stuff. My ex-wife and her husband are going to Montana this coming weekend, and they're leaving like Thursday morning, so they just want a little bit of extra time with Dez. So they're leaving Thursday. We're doing some trading of times, so um, I will not be streaming this Thursday unless I decide to do, I don't know, a stream where I'm streaming and he's playing Minecraft in the other room until it's time for him to go to bed. And I don't feel like doing that kind of complicated stuff. So normally I would be streaming on Thursday night from 7 to 10, but that's not going to happen this week. I might try to find some other time to stream, but the only other time I would have time to stream would be Wednesday, and I'm not overlapping my guy. So,
I mean, we could trade.
oh, my brain has to think. Why did you make my brain think? We could trade actually.
Wasn't even that hard of a. I know it's been a long weekend.
It's been a long weekend.
I've done like 10 hours. No. I've done like 15 hours of driving this week.
And I have just been a lazy sack, so my brain just doesn't want to go back to work.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
so yeah, we might just switch up this week. Who knows?
One of us will be streaming Wednesday. One of us will be streaming Thursday.
Yeah. That's how it's gonna work.
Maybe I'll do both. I don't
Who
know.
knows? Um. ugh. So, but yeah, and then I guess we got some chat shout outs. First of all, we should shout out Spackle for technically it's not showing, it's saying his real name and has subscribed in my little thing. But Spackle, thank you for subscribing the other night. We appreciate it very much. We are almost 1/100th of the way to monetization. Woo! And yeah, thanks Spackle for coming and hanging out with me on my stream on this past Thursday. It was enjoyable.
Um, yeah, I guess my chat shout outs. Um, I mean, Austin B 1024. He was on there, and his partner in crime. I think the account she used was just the Mr. Tip. Um, but yeah, go check him out. He's a great streamer. He's fantastic. And he streams at that handle. So check him out on Twitch.
Nice. Yeah. And yeah. Trying to think if I got any other chat. I had my brain went for a shout out for a second, and then I just completely lost it. So it disappeared like that. So yeah, and if you guys have any other future topics or suggestions, what can they do? What can they do?
They can comment. In the comments.
They can. Sorry.
So, tell us what you want to hear. Tell us that we're wrong. Tell me that you think the way the British people do things is better.
You do.
Even though everything I do, even in America, is in metric. So there's that. Yeah. Tell us you agree with us. Tell us we're wrong. Tell us what you want us to talk about. If there's anything that you want our opinions on.
Yeah. Because if we miss something, let us know. Yeah.
What else can they do?
They can like, subscribe. Please, we would so very much appreciate it if you would like and subscribe and comment and share.
So with that,
we're going to go do what we do.
You go do you.
And we'll see you guys on Wednesday and Thursday and back again here next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.